Tonight we report on why the Moses Lake Walmart was evacuated and how Mrs. Moses Lake continues to give back to the community. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. The running Vikes and Lady Vikings pick up wins on the hardwood, and Gonzaga men extend their win streak to 6 games. Here's a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast for the Columbia Basin.
Good to be with you, everybody. Dry and cold conditions continue across the area. I'll let you know in just a few moments how New Year's Eve is expected to pan out.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
The Moses Lake Walmart was evacuated early Tuesday morning after a bomb threat. According to Moses Lake Police Captain Dave Sands, a man called the store just before 8 a.m. and advised there was a bomb in the store that would detonate in 30 minutes. Moses Lake Police responded, and the store was evacuated and searched. No bomb was found during the search, and the store was reopened. Police are continuing to investigate the threat. An Ephrata resident who lost the use of his legs in a car accident is now training for a half marathon. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Among the joggers and sprinters taking part in the 2014 Ephrata Holiday Fun Run, one participant used it as a tune-up for much bigger ambitions. Ephrata resident Dan Molitor lost the use of his legs in a 2000 car accident in Spokane. Earlier this year, he contacted a Spokane parasports company who set him up with his racing chair. Molitor said it was an awkward transition that's paid off.
When I got into this, I could probably do a half a mile when I started this, and I mean, I struggled. They gave it to me in May. Over the summer, I didn't do much. It was too hot. And then in September, I went up to the team, and she said, you just need to be on it every day. So September, I just forward 6 times a week.
Molitor's nephew Hayden is an accomplished athlete in Coulee City, but Dan will take part in the Rock and Roll Arizona Half Marathon on January 18th. The father of 3 is a little reluctant to consider himself a role model.
I try to. I mean, I do this because I want my kids to be competitive, and you know, I guess I'm a role model. I don't really think of it that way. I'm just doing the best I can.
In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
A Soap Lake man reportedly shot his friend with a gun he didn't believe worked. Prosecutors recently charged Leslie Love, a 20-year-old man in Grant County Superior Court, with unlawful possession of a firearm and reckless endangerment. Love reportedly had a .38 caliber pistol at his friend's 6th Avenue Southeast apartment when he shot the man in the chest. The 18-year-old victim was transported to Spokane for treatment. The victim and Love told officers the shooting was an accident. Love allegedly told officers the gun was not supposed to work. Love reportedly had outstanding warrants and was prohibited from possessing firearms. A man allegedly risked his ex-wife's life when he took her out of a Soap Lake nursing care facility on Christmas. Prosecutors charged Philip Pearson Sr., a 79-year-old Wilson Creek man in Grant County Superior Court, with unlawful imprisonment and reckless endangerment. Pearson reportedly took his ex-wife out of McKay Health Care and Rehabilitation Center. The 77-year-old woman was in the facility to receive end-of-life care and was unable to make decisions. Her daughter has power of attorney. A nurse stated the woman was extremely fragile and the car ride could have ended the woman's life. Soap Lake police learned Pearson lived in Wilson Creek. Deputies and a Soap Lake officer arrived at the home and learned the woman was still inside. Pearson reportedly was known to have guns and was belligerent. The Moses Lake Tactical Response Team entered the residence to arrest him and rescue his ex-wife. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be right back.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And your entire viewing area forecast is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with a look at your headlines across the area. The Arctic air mass does remain in place and frigid temperatures overnight tonight in the single digits. Gradual warming, fortunately, is in the forecast. And weekend moisture, yes, possibly for the second part of the weekend, the first weekend of 2015. Temperatures topped out around 26 and the low 16 in Ephrata, Sunset for 17. And for Moses Lake in the mid-20s, the normal high should be 34 and the low registered at barely 12. The normal low should be 22 and the sun setting at around 416. Conditions right outside your door, dry conditions with mostly clear skies and these temperatures around the 22-degree mark with a southwesterly wind at around 2 miles per hour. Now, dry weather and dry conditions continue across the immediate area. Inland northwest, bit of a cloud cover scenario across northeastern portions of Montana, but overall overnight tonight into this Wednesday, New Year's Eve day, dry conditions expected to continue. High pressure will remain in control and that warm air mass will begin to filter mid to late this week. So we should be beginning the new year with temperatures heading back to around seasonable. Here's a quick look. We notice some moisture moving into northeastern sections of our state, and this moisture embedded in the northwesterly flow across the area. But overall, across the immediate region, we're anticipating for some of this moisture for Sunday. Dry conditions for this Wednesday afternoon is expected with readings around the upper 20s across the Yakima Tri-Cities area, the mid-20s, Spokane around 22 with sunny skies, and a closer look across the basin. We're expecting dry conditions with partly to mostly sunny skies with around 26 degrees across Wilson Creek. Let's take a quick look across the immediate area for the extended forecast. Now, overnight, Wednesday, we should be bringing in the new year with the temperatures not as cold as overnight tonight in the upper teens. And then for Thursday, first day of 2015, temperature is expected to make it into the upper 20s. Now, for the weekend, we'll be in the mid to upper 30s with the potential for precipitation in the form of a mixed first part of the day, but eventually conditions improving or temperatures in the mid-40s for Monday. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places now to sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Cleary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
The Running Vikes kicked off last night's Big Bend Holiday Classic with a win over Olds College from Alberta. Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
It was the first round of the Big Bend Holiday Classic with Big Bend hosting Olds College. The Running Vikes ran out to a fast start, leading the Broncos 34-18 at halftime. Connor Meyerhofer held steady at point guard for Big Bend and had this big and one. Moga Ledoux played big for Big Bend with a double-double. Ledoux finished with 18 points and 11 rebounds. Donovan Wright finished 1 rebound shy of a double-double, collecting 9 boards and 16 points. The Vikes out-rebounded Olds College 48-35 and took the win 74-60. For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
The Running Vikes take on Blue Mountain tonight at 7. The Lady Vikings beat Skagit Valley 67-61 in semifinal action at the Skagit Holiday Tournament. Aubrey Vale turned in a solid outing for the second game in a row, knocking down a game-high 19 points. Vale led the team with 10 rebounds as well. Mackenzie Winley added 16 points and 6 boards, and Chelsea Baker finished with 10 points. Big Bend led 43-22 at the break and then withstood a 39-24 second-half run by the Cardinals to win it. The Lady Vikings match up with the Sasquatch from Spokane in the championship game today. Gonzaga men pushed their streak to 6 games with a 60-48 win over San Diego. The number 7 ranked Bulldogs were led by Kyle Wiltshire, 15 points, 10 of which came in the first half. Gonzaga endured a 7-minute scoring drought in the second half to beat the Toreros. San Diego pulled off a 69-66 upset over the Zags last year, but couldn't overcome Gonzaga's size and athleticism in this one. Byron Wesley added 12 points for the Zags, and Kevin Pangos finished with 10. Kelsey Plume drained a game-high 32 points, and the University of Washington women shocked number 5 Texas A&M 70-49. The Huskies, who haven't lost since falling to Oklahoma on opening night, are riding the program's longest win streak in 14 seasons. The team will put its 11-game streak on the line when they open league play at Arizona State Saturday. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Mrs. Moses Lake Tiffany Veers, who, despite already having a busy schedule, continues to give back to the community. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
She's already busy raising a 4-year-old child, helps her husband with his construction company, and is a full-time business student at Big Bend Community College. So why did 30-year-old Tiffany Veers compete to win the Mrs. Moses Lake title?
The reason that I did it was I wanted to get more involved with the community. I've lived here, 10 years now, which is longer than I've lived anywhere. I do a lot with the community, and I learn about a lot of things that are going on in the community, and I just wanted to reach out more. And so this was one way to do that.
She's also active in the Lioness Club, which is well known around Moses Lake for its annual fundraiser at the Grant County Fairgrounds. And yes, she helps the Lionesses produce and sell Space Burgers, a popular concoction of ground beef and secret sauce that is compressed between pieces of bread in the shape of an unidentified flying object. Tiffany described what she does as Mrs. Moses Lake.
I have made a lot of appearances. I've done my best to volunteer with different organizations around town. My goal is to bring awareness to my platform, which is Chamber for Good. It's an online tool that different Chamber of Commerces are given for free, and it allows nonprofit organizations to post their mission and their needs for the community to be able to seek out and find groups. It also allows community members to list what they have available. So if they have an item or if they have volunteer hours that they can give, it gives them an avenue to let groups know and find out where the need is in the community.
Tiffany's charitable work in the community won't stop, she says, even as she prepares to compete for Mrs. Washington State at a pageant in May in Olympia. If she wins there, it's on to the Mrs. America competition further down the road.
Yeah, I don't do anything unless I'm doing it 100%, so.
Even though she's highly committed to her royal status, she admits she had mixed feelings about walking around with a crown in the beginning.
You know, honestly, at first the crown and all of that was a little bit shocking to me. I'm not a pageant person, but I think the coolest thing is being able to get involved with the community. You know, I've met a lot of amazing people. I've seen, causes that I didn't know anything about that I've been able to, get knowledgeable about. And the look on little girls' faces when they see me in the crown, that makes it worth it. And as much as the crown isn't my thing, it definitely serves a purpose.
Tiffany's advice to those who might want to give?
Just, make the world a better place. Isn't that so cliche to say? But it really just, if you can just give what you can, don't give more than you can. Just do what you can, give back to the community, be a part of the community.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. People selling homes in Moses Lake start paying an additional tax in March. The city council members decided to delay implementing a 0.25% increase in the real estate excise tax by 2 months. For every $100,000 of the sale price of a home or building, the city would charge $250. The move came after a second city council meeting where Moses Lake Realtors asked the council to repeal the tax. The council approved the increase in November, hoping to add roughly $190,000 to the city's budget. About $100,000 would be spent to pay to run the departments taking care of the city's infrastructure. The remaining money would be dedicated to fixing city streets. Moses Lake and Othello Association of Realtors President Carol Calder said the increase would create a large burden on a small amount of the population and hurt new home construction and home sales. In Northwest news, it was a very close call for one couple that decided to tempt fate at the Big Four ice caves. They had to run for their lives when an avalanche hit, and it was all caught on camera. King reporter Natalie Swaby has their story.
Cell phone video captures a day hike that turned into a sprint to survive.
Yeah, it's just like a huge cloud of dust coming down, and I turn around and I see Ashley's already.
I was gone.
Yeah, she was like maybe 30 feet
yeah,
running
I was
already.
gone.
Colby Dotson and girlfriend Ashley Bouchard can smile now, but Saturday was different.
Got our boots on and then got in the car, drove about 2 hours up to the Big Four ice caves.
A popular spot year-round and a place they had never been.
Everybody's always talking about it. Everybody wants to go to it, so we just wanted our turn at that.
They followed footsteps that led off the trail.
I had the signs that said avalanche warning.
Like
don't
go off the path.
They decided to take a risk. They were just a few feet away from the cave.
I heard something that sounded like a plane. No question in my mind, I just ran. I was like, that's an avalanche, and I ran.
Colby did too, with camera in hand, capturing these pictures as it moved closer.
I'm looking into the cave as this avalanche is coming down, and I see headlamps. There's 2 or 3 kind of flickering in there. So I'm terrified. People are dying right now.
As people rushed out, Snohomish County Sheriff's deputies moved toward the danger. On the department's Twitter page, it states 2 people were inside the ice cave at the time of the avalanche, but managed to escape on their own. No one hurt.
I was definitely thankful. I was scared, but I was thankful that.
I would like to go again.
Yeah.
But I mean, to keep some space between the caves and myself.
Yeah.
That new perspective after witnessing something so powerful.
The minimum wage in Washington will increase by 15 cents to $9.47 an hour starting January 1st. Washington has the highest state minimum wage in the nation, followed by Oregon, where the minimum wage will increase to $9.25, an increase of 15 cents. An initiative passed by voters in 1998 requires the Department of Labor and Industries to annually calculate the minimum wage based on changes in the Consumer Price Index, which reflects the cost of goods and services needed for day-to-day living. A couple launched a frantic search after a treasured pet was accidentally carried off with a Craigslist sale. Reporter Ben Singer has details on the cat's stowaway adventure.
I can't believe we found him. I never thought I was going to see him again. I thought he was gone.
For 10 days, Roy Dufik and Haley Cruz had wondered where Camo could be.
It's still so surreal and it's still shocking, and to see his face and to see him doing the little things he used to do.
Roy says he had no idea Camo was hiding in a mattress when he sold it on Craigslist for $100, but the cat apparently liked to hide in the hole inside the box spring whenever he got scared.
Yeah, I don't think I slept more than 3 or 4 hours at a time and had bad dreams. Even my friends that have been searching for him or worried about him have been having nightmares about this cat. Everyone is so relieved.
They can laugh about it now after a successful, massive effort to find him. They posted their plight on Craigslist and Reddit, and after someone near the mattress's new home in Hillsboro spotted the cat, Haley set out some raccoon traps and baited them with sardines.
I just kept saying, is that Camo? Is that Camo?
She caught her cat just an hour and a half later.
He didn't have a white nose anymore because it was black with dirt, and he's so skinny, his face is all gaunt, and I just couldn't believe it was him.
He had a swollen eye and broken nails, but amazingly, she says he will be just fine.
I'm never going to own a box spring ever again. Yeah, I could tell he was happy to be back here.
Ben Singer, Fox 12 Oregon.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.